Hello beautifuls, welcome back to my Chanel and welcome to another one of whatever this is, my loves. Let's watch unhinged makeup tutorials on TikTok. Fails, beauty fails, more fails, hair fails and other skincare fails. Have you been enjoying the series, little biscuit? Do you even care?
No.
So my lovelies, it hasn't actually been that long since I did the last one of these. If you don't know who I am, my name is Luxeria. I've been a professional makeup artist for 16 years. 16 years, biscuit. And I also have a biochemistry degree with a particular interest in formulation, don't I, biscuit? Yes.
Beautiful.
Throughout these videos, I like to use my expertise to understand exactly what the outcome was meant to be from whatever it is the person is trying to do in the video, and also pepper in a little bit of science to maybe understand why exactly it didn't go right, or why it did go correctly. You just don't know anymore, do you?
No.
So, my loves, I do in fact have TikTok. If you wish to tag me in some absolute abject horror and nonsense over there related to beauty and makeup fails, then it is xxluxeria. In the last episode of Unhinged Makeup TikTok Fails, my lovelies, we watched a video in which Nikki Tutorials incorrectly used a product, and it created quite the discourse in the comments. So much discourse online, in fact, that one of the key makeup artists at MAC, I think he's the international head of design, Dominic MUA, made an Instagram reel to demonstrate how to correctly use the product. And that product, of course, is the little twisty up lip drip gloss in a tube things.
Oh, that's nice.
A lot of you guys in the comments actually say that you love that product. I'm gonna say, although I haven't tried it, it doesn't look like a product I would particularly enjoy because it doesn't seem like it's easy to sanitize. Unless, of course, you don't use it as a lipstick at all. So, my lovelies, make sure you grab yourself a little beverage. Today, I am on the Monster Energy Ultra Fiesta because I'm back on the caffeine. Also, one of my last videos, I was like, I'm not drinking that much caffeine anymore. And I picked up Pepsi Max and people in the comments were like, oh my God, doesn't she know that it has caffeine in it? Yes, I'm aware, but I don't drink Pepsi Max for the effect of a caffeinated beverage. I drink it for the flavor. All right, my lovelies, pop in your little ochanger and let's watch some unhinged makeup fails from TikTok, shall we?
Hold on to your titties.
Oh, so it looks like the first one is by that influencer on TikTok who had the scandal with the, was it the telescopic eyelash mascara? That one where she was caught being naughty, naughty, naughty. And she also pronounces Kim Kardashian as like, Kim Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian.
Oh, I can see some interesting eyebrows. I'm also part of the Interesting Eyebrows Club. I had very interesting eyebrows for a long time because I was quite punk and club kid. Let's see what Michaela has to say for herself.
My prom makeup is likely the biggest
This is prom
embarrassment
makeup. Oh dear.
of my lifetime
Oh
thus
dear.
far. I'm gonna recreate it just for you.
What is her accent? It's like an accent I've never heard before.
Let's recreate what is probably the worst makeup I've ever done.
Okay.
This was my dress. I actually literally fought to have this dress.
That's a nice dress.
I was so in
It reminds me of like Southern Italy, lemons.
So first things first, we need to cover up the eyebrows. I
Of
ain't
course,
shaving
because,
my eyebrows
yeah.
off. No.
Gigantic,
So first
yes.
I'm gonna plaster them down.
Plaster
I'm
down
gonna set
eyebrows.
that with a little bit of translucent powder.
Yes.
The shit I do for TikTok.
Oh,
bro.
I wouldn't.
Now I'm gonna take
use...
a full coverage concealer and I'm gonna basically begin to paint concealer over my brows.
Oh.
Anyway.
I mean, it's quite amusing to have to shave your eyebrows off to do makeup looks. I used to also be part of the no eyebrows crew because I loved the idea of being able to manipulate where my eyebrows are. Now I've had a brow lift, I don't really need to do that very much. I will say though, I feel like eyebrow covering is one of the hardest parts of like transformative makeup, if you want to call it that, because it is a lengthy, laborious process. If you haven't done it 100 times, then you're probably not going to be able to do it very well. I cannot really do it that well. I would rather shave off my eyebrows if I was going to do a look like this.
Now I went in with a really
goodness.
pale matte foundation.
Dior.
Okay,
She's a
and then
Dior
I would
woman.
do
A haunted
2016
Dior
style
woman.
concealer, which is like the triangles under the eyes, and
Oh,
it
goodness.
would be a shade.
I'd love to know when this makeup was from, because I feel like makeup, like beauty YouTube and like the beauty sphere was really intense in around 2016. Well, more like 2014 to 2017, I'm gonna say. Everyone was wearing too much concealer. Everyone was just doing too much, doing the most.
I've done it now. It's too bleeding late. What are they gonna do? Gonna shoot me? I doubt it. They have to catch me first. I'm like a whippet.
It was basically brands heaven because it was just advertisements everywhere. Use all of our products up, buy at least one concealer a week.
That's, you know, darker than the foundation. Okay, then I would bake. Okay.
Oh, at baking, so it
the
probably is
eyebrows,
around this time.
ABH dip brow. I would always
yeah.
use shade ebony.
Well, I used to use
Now,
ABH.
the reason I did my eyebrows like this, I may or may not have idolized a certain someone, like, a lot. I would use an angled brow brush.
Is that who we think it is? Is that Jemima Starship?
And the goal was so I could have more room to do eyeshadow.
Yes, of course.
And I went through all high school doing my eyebrows like this. And no one said a word.
Oh.
I would add bronzer.
I don't think
very
your eyebrows quite looked like that
Ashley
in
right
the
here.
previous photomatomogram.
On the forehead. Okay, now for the winged liner, which I was decent at winged liner. Even then, I knew how to slay a wing, okay? I had a
Slay
little bit
queen.
of white eyeliner in my
Queen,
waterline.
the queen is dead.
For all the lashes. And I did have some lashes on. So I'm gonna
Wispy
put these
women.
Little bronzer in my crease.
Okay, oh, I
and
do love a
wore
wing liner.
A ton of highlighter.
Lots of highlighter. Okay, this has to have
It
been
had to
in
be
like
a
2016.
stripe, bro. Okay, this pad is so bad. I would take MAC Flesh Pot, no lip liner, and I would just... And this was my prom makeup. These brows make me look like I am in a constant state of anger. So that's why no one wanted to date me in high school.
Okay, interesting. Well, I do actually think that this makeup look could really be saved with a little bit of lip liner and also a little bit of like the eyebrow reshaping, shall we say. There's something about like removing your eyebrows and drawing them higher that is very like it's a look, and if you're going for that look, there are ways that you can do it to make you still resemble a human being, but also enable you to have so much more space on your eyebrows. So for example, the very edge of my brows are completely gone. They're very shaven. In fact, I have a little bit of microblading. Unfortunately, this one's a little bit wonky, this eyebrow, so I still have to cover it and redraw her. If you're gonna start with completely removing your eyebrows, even if it's covered or if it's actually shaving, always start the front of your eyebrow in approximately where your natural eyebrow is. And then it sort of doesn't really matter what you do with the edge of the eyebrows, if you want them to go up and out, or if you want them to go down a little bit, because as long as the front is still in that movable place that kind of anchors everything, you can kind of get away with some artistic freedom about what your tails are doing. Your tails could be doing all of this, and it can still somewhat look salvageable.
She's a woman.
The other parts of this makeup I really like. I mean, I am a good fan of highlighter, but I do not apply it on top of everything now because I feel like it's just too intense. Even with powdered highlighters, I like to apply them into my wet foundation underneath my powder that I'm going to set with, because I feel like it gives that more sort of glow from within kind of vibe rather than just like, hello girls, a stripe of highlight, death. But if you love that, you love that. I do feel like flesh-colored lipsticks do need a little bit of like tone to go with them, a little bit of like lip contouring, just so you can still look like you have a defined lip shape. I'm just gonna say that. But you know what? Overall, not bad. I really do feel like this makeup is very of the time, though. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
This is my gorgeous client, Roxanne.
Oh dear.
I'm gonna
Okay,
give you the
right. So we've already got a
backstory.
taste of
She's
what's gonna
looking for a
happen, basically, girls. Basically, she's gonna sob. She's gonna sob, and sob. Sob kind of like you've ordered something very important before you go away from the country for a little while. You thought it was gonna arrive, but then unfortunately the delivery company said, we thought you were in, but we missed you, even though you were actually in, and you're left feeling like this. But for more context, shall we actually watch?
Gorgeous, soft
Gorgeous.
but elegant look for a civil
Elegant.
ceremony. And
Beautiful
we
eye
started
shape.
off looking gorgeous. Kim
Some
was
fun.
skinny. You always trust me to deliver. And yeah, I was very excited. She was very
Beautiful
excited
bit of
as well.
underpainting.
She does not even have teary eye. You can see me doing a black liner here using waterproof products, and It was beautiful. She
Lovely
got a
lip
sneak
contour.
peek while we were doing the
Yes.
process, and she was very, very excited. So it's time for the reveal. Look at the finished look, absolutely flawless and gorgeous.
Oh,
So
yes.
she was so excited. So I handed her the mirror for the reveal, and she got really, really emotional.
Oh, no!
I thought it was just going to be a few teardrops. So I was like, okay, let it out. And then we had a river. I'm not even gonna lie, I was stressed. My anxiety was up. I was so stressed, but I had to keep it professional. I kept it together. I was like, it's okay. We just need to let it completely dry. So I let her put on her dress and waited for like 20 minutes until it's completely dry.
Oh, no.
Then I went in with some waterproof products to fix the problem, and yeah, it ended up looking flawless and absolutely beautiful.
It does
I
look
couldn't be
absolutely gorgeous.
more proud.
Okay,
This is
my
why you
loves.
need to-
Gosh, she's a gorgeous skin. Absolutely beautiful. So, how do you combat a river of tears? How do you combat that, my lovelies?
Budget cuts.
There is only one thing you can really do in this situation. So, this actually comes from a really old drag hack that I learned in like 2010, I think, 2009. I actually learned it from Nina Flowers, believe it or not. What you do, your client's really upset, they're overwhelmed with emotion, you get them to stand up, and you basically have them stand like this. And you hold their hair out of the way, and you just let them cry. Let them cry. Cry. The point of that is to let all of the moisture just seep straight out and straight down. Not down the face, not on the clothes, not into the hair, just straight down onto the floor, onto a tissue, anything that you want. If you also want to doubly protect the makeup, grab some of those like Kleenex, those disposable tissues, hold it gently underneath the eyes, and just let them go for it. Just let them go. If you're telling someone, oh no, don't cry, then it's just gonna make it worse and make the whole situation a little bit more intense, and she's just overwhelmed with emotion. So yes, my lovelies, from a super old trick with makeup, just lean forward and let it out. And what an excellent time for today's Twitch shout out, my lovelies, which goes to Exo Medusa Biscuit. Yes, it does. Thank you so much for following me over on Twitch, you stunning woman on the go. And if you want to be in with a chance of being featured in my next video's Twitch shout out, make sure you follow me on Twitch. It is Luxeria Plays, and I stream every Monday and Thursday, my lovelies. And with that, it's back to the Unhinged TikTok makeup fails.
Literally crying.
Throwback to when I couldn't go back to prom because my makeup was so
They're
bad.
so ugly. Oh my god, okay.
Oh, is that the inspiration
this is
photo?
What I wanted,
Okay.
okay? This is the pastels.
That.
And this is what I got.
Okay. What would I need to assess. Oh, the makeup artist did you dirty. Where can we even start with this? It feels like there was no skin base done. It feels like a shimmery powder was used all over everything. It looks like a very patchy foundation was used. Incorrect lip color. I mean, the eyeshadow application, okay, the shiny is in the right place. The eyelashes are on the eye. I do actually want to talk about this photo, though. I have seen this photo so many times. In fact, I think it's like one of those Pinterest, if you search like
Dramatic smoky eye.
on Pinterest, I think this is like the #1 most saved photo ever. It is so intensely edited. Beyond the point of recognition, I think even the model when she took this probably didn't even look anywhere near this. Anywhere near like this. Also, look at those lips. Goodness me. Juicy woman. Unfortunately, in comparison, with this kind of a makeup, I honestly feel like you have to vet where you're going to. This kind of veers straight into the reaction videos that I sometimes do to Judy D's content, which is where she goes to the worst reviewed makeup artist in her city or in a town or somewhere specifically. This is I don't think this is very salvageable. It's not very often that I say this. But like, MAC Cosmetics is everywhere in the world. You could go into a MAC Cosmetics and have a 30-minute makeover and look more put together than this. And they're usually free for the price of a product. And for something like prom, or another little event that I can't think of off the top of my head, it's well worth it to just pop into a counter somewhere and have a miniature makeover. If your budget can't stretch to having an actual freelance makeup artist, of course. So, I'm sorry that this happened to you, but my goodness me. No. If someone had done this to me, I would have been like, excuse me, I can't leave the house. You've mugged me, girls.
I'm never shopping in BHS again. Otherwise, disgusting save. I can't believe all this. You've mugged me, girls.
Oh, what's this? Pov, your makeup won't stay on your face. Oh, no. Okay, wait. I need to see that again. Okay, this looks like she was wearing a mask or something. Like a mask on the face that's rubbed this. Or maybe glasses, perhaps. Like sunglasses have rubbed this. Okay, so this is a relatively, I say relatively easy fix. So let's just say you have a foundation, it's not staying on your face, you don't know why. It's just not there on your face, just not there.
Oh, that's terrible. Thank you.
I will say it does look like this foundation is not meant to be worn as full coverage as it is in this photo. I'm trying to say that in the nicest possible way. The reason why I say that is because you can see it's kind of cracked in the places that the skin would naturally move, and you can see that on the top lip, you can see that on the nasolabial folds, you can see that where our eye creases. I mean, I get eye creases, everyone gets eye creases. I don't get any creases down here because they're all full. Filler bitch. What do you do when you have a situation like this? So, several different options are available. If you have a particular foundation that you really, really love, you don't ever want to veer away from it, let's just say other foundations just don't work, it's this kind of vibe, it's your favorite foundation, you don't ever want to change from it, invest in a great primer and a great concealer to go with it. A good quality primer should help glue foundation to your face. Now, I don't suggest wearing that everywhere on the face, I just suggest wearing it in the areas that are high motion or that you're going to have rub off. Something like the e.l.f. putty, is it the e.l.f. blur? No, e.l.f. blurring, e.l.f. blur glue, blur glue. E.l.f. glue primer applied across here and down here and maybe a little bit underneath the eyes, and then a pore filling primer across here. That would give you a very, very good, even base to start with to give it the best possible chance of lasting throughout the day. I would then say, do not use foundation here. Use concealer. Concealer is designed to give more high coverage payoff using less product. Same with here. Ironically, the word foundation makes you think it has to be used everywhere on the face. That's not always technically the case. Unless you're going on stage or doing something stage ready, you don't really have to wear that much makeup. I would suggest a very, very, very thin veil of foundation and then use your concealer to give you extra coverage in the areas that you need. It looks like she also powders on top of her foundation. Now, if you go for a powder foundation on top of that, you can find you can get even more coverage if you need that level of coverage without necessarily adding more in the liquid phase of the makeup.
She's educated.
Anything that is a liquid that dries down has the chance to crack. Powder foundation has less of a chance to crack, but you can also reapply it throughout the day if you do find certain areas are starting to look a bit missing, shall we say. So there are ways you can save this, but I would also say to invest in a better quality foundation. If you're not in any way, shape or form like bound to your foundation, go for something higher coverage and more longer wearing. For me, it's always Estee Lauder double wear. I find that I can wear this for a full 20 hours if I need to. Not that I often wear makeup that long now anyway, but it will not budge. I will look the same when I have applied it as the same when I take it off. Some people do find it's quite drying or tight on the skin. I just say just use a satin finish makeup setting spray when you've finished all of your face, and it gives you that little bit of like freshness back to the skin that helps it feel not like you're wearing a mask. But honestly, my lovelies, it is really unfortunate when this happens, and if you have to wear something like a mask or sunglasses, you are gonna face situations like this. So what I used to find, when we all had to wear masks on public transport and things like that, I just would avoid wearing foundation across my nose, and I would kind of blend a bit of bronzer across my skin just to help reduce the redness.
A witch.
And that was how I kind of coped. I do the same when I have to wear my glasses because anything that's touching your face where makeup is will eventually rub it off. It's just, unfortunately, physics.
I don't understand, I'm a simple woman.
But I'm gonna open this up to the floor here, my lovelies, to the floor. If you've got any tips or tricks to deal with makeup that just won't stay, it's just not here to stay, girls, please share them in the comments box below because you never know, you might help someone out. All right, what's this? Gold eyes, nude, oh, she's a Pinterest woman, what I asked for. Is that the same woman we see? No, different. It's very similar. Right, okay, come on.
This is what I wanted, okay? This is the pastels, and this is what I got!
Oh my goodness, no, what? They've gone to an actual makeup artist and they just haven't... This is not acceptable. Where are these makeup artists?
IKEA, the wonderful...
You've asked for this. And you get football, apparently. No. And then this is what you end up with. This is... very not good. This is nowhere near. I hope you didn't pay for this service because this service should not, this is not an adequately qualified makeup artist. This is not someone who should be advertising a business. Whoever did this makeup needs to actually either join a counter team, join a training school, or actually go and get some qualifications in beauty because this is not the tea.
Is that tea?
No.
I don't really know where to go from this because you couldn't really just keep adding to it and hope that it gets better, if you know what I mean. As I mentioned earlier, there are plenty of places you can go and get a counter style makeover. Granted, they are counter styles, so they're not going to be like
the same as a freelance bijou makeup artist that can spend 3 hours on a face to get you ready for the stage, girls.
Be realistic from what you require when you head into a retail establishment and get a counter-based makeover, but you'll be able to get something better than this. Oh my god, okay, what is this audio? Is this audio trending at the moment? It's like, I'm literally crying, this is what I wanted, this is what I asked for. Okay, the passport makeup, let's talk about that. But first of all, let's watch the video, shall we?
I'm literally crying over my nails right now.
What's gonna happen, girls? Okay, so she wanted the bijou, and she got the what? The Beast of Bogner.
Okay. This is what I wanted, okay? This
Yes.
is the pastels.
Oh no.
And this is what I got.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
No.
Okay, let's talk about the passport makeup, shall we? I feel like there is a little bit of a weirdness when it comes to the passport makeup. Obviously, I live in the UK, and we have quite strict rules on what you can and can't have in a passport photo. I remember back in the day them being like, you can't wear heavy makeup, you can't do it, guys, not allowed, blah. My passport photo looks absolutely repugnant. So the cameras the machines use have a very specific focal length, which flattens everything on your face, which is why a lot of these passport-style makeup tutorials base heavily around contouring and bringing shape back to the face. The danger, of course, you go with that is because passport photos kind of desaturate a little bit. Most, I think they're actually black and white. Are they actually black and white? Let me look at mine.
No.
Yes, they're not black and white. They do, in fact, desaturate slightly. The problem is when you start desaturating things with heavy pigment color, especially if anything's red on the skin, like blush tones, any deep orange blush or bronzer, it's going to come out gray and it's going to make you look exactly like this problem here. Like you've got huge shadows here, which is just not going to look great when you pull out your passport at immigration and you're like, let me into your country. And they're like, are you a clown?
Love that.
And you have to be like, no, I was just feeling a bit unwell that day. Sorry. Because passports are kind of expensive and you don't want to have to like renew them because you're like, oops, I've made a mistake with my makeup. Nobody's passport photo ever looks 100% authentic or brilliant because the focal length of the camera flattens your features. And I don't think anyone, when they completely are flattened to a 2D image, looks anything like what they do in 3D reality.
Wow, scandalous.
However, if you still want to feel a little bit glam, a little bit lovely for a passport photo, just stick with lighter makeup. I think that's a much nicer way to do it. Stick with like minimal blush. I'm talking like minimal blush, just a little bit up here. Try to avoid highlighter because you'll end up oversaturating that area. A sensible nude lip liner, maybe like a little tiny bit of contouring, around the eyes, maybe just a little bit of mascara and limited liner. I followed my advice here and I've got quite a good little face on in my passport photo, but I still find, even now to this day, that the automatic passport things you have to put in to scan your face, they always go,
No, I don't know who you are, no.
go to the lady and tell her what you've done, and then I have to go to the lady and be like, it does not recognise my face. And then they're like, oh, okay, come in. Are you sure? And I'm like, oh, made to feel like a criminal every time. I hate it. Awful. The moral of this sonnet is, my lovely, less is more when it comes to passport makeup, and try to avoid heavy red tones.
In case you missed it, I just recently shaved my eyebrows. And the main
Shaved?
comments that I got were like, no, young people learn from us. We're still growing
What's
our
this?
eyebrows back.
Every
from the early
millennial gasping right
2000s.
now. Eyebrows never
I'm
recovered.
actually a millennial. I'm almost 30. I'm going to show you guys what my eyebrows actually looked like in that era.
Okay.
Warning, it's awful. And no, I did not learn my lesson.
Okay. Oh, my space.
The house phone. This I will accept. This one's a little
Sperm
iconic,
eyebrows.
and the hot Cheeto fingers are
Love
definitely
it.
adding a little touch. Don't worry though, things started to get better.
Oh, yes.
Kinda.
Sort of. Yes. Oh, my. Oh, that dog looks so cute. That's not a cat. So, let's talk about eyebrows, shall we, my lovelies? No. I feel like the millennial experience is very much, oops, what happened to my eyebrows? I am still recovering from my eyebrow escapade, shall we say, in my younger years, but I did actually like the eyebrows that I had. I did super ridiculous, dramatic makeup every single day. I feel like nearly every millennial here in the audience, if you've ever been into makeup or worn makeup or wanted to experiment with makeup, you've had a journey with your eyebrows. What are my golden rules when it comes to eyebrows? Well, always start at the very edge of your nose. I feel like keeping a balance between the nose, the eyebrows, and the mouth is exactly what you need. You need the focus here to be less strong than the focus here and here if you want to do like eye-based makeup or lip-based makeup. Start your eyebrows just above your crease where your natural brow bone is. So I have quite a heavy brow, even though I've had half of it removed, I still have quite a heavy brow, and if I was to put them up here, it would just look so ridiculous on me. That doesn't mean I haven't done my eyebrows like that before and just looked absolutely ridiculous, but there we go. Personally, nowadays, I prefer less of an arch and more of a sort of flat upswing because I find that it lifts the very edge of my face and just gives a little bit more of like an upswing snatched look. That's my favorite look, and that's the personal look that I pursue. A little bit of a curve down can drag the outer edge of your eyeshadow and therefore your eye down and make everything look a little bit like, just a little bit like doe-eyed and a little bit sad, and quite often people don't really want that. No one's ever said to me, make me look really sad. No one has ever said that to me in my makeup chair. So I find if you want to have an arch, make sure that the tail of the arch finishes at the same level as the front of your eyebrow, the upper portion of the front of your eyebrow, and you can't really go wrong with that. It's then just a case of finding how thin or how thick you want your brows, and that is a personal preference. I prefer a sort of moderately medium thickness eyebrow. Any thicker than this and I start to feel a little bit masculine. Any thinner than this I start to be like, oh, aging my face, are we? How dare you! Oh, no, is this copyright music? No, shush. Right, when your eyebrow starts to fall off at Dave & Buster's and then you F up your new brow. Dave & Buster's? Is that like... What is that like Gucci and Dior?
No.
Dave & Buster's. Is that a restaurant? It looks like a restaurant. Oh no! Sorry, I have to watch again. I was too focused on Dave & Buster's. What's that? When your eyebrows... Right, so she's got peely on, sticky on. Oh, the temporary tattoo brows. Oh, she's trying to water an eyebrow on in a bathroom. I mean, you have got little bang pieces. People aren't really going to notice, are they? Are they? Why did she rip it off like that? Like she was waxing her eyebrow. I'm sorry, I need to watch this again. What's this?
Oh, dear God.
I feel like this might be a little bit of a naughty lady piss take. Right, she's doing that so quickly, and then she just kind of like yanks it off. Right. Okay, I feel like this was all done in a bit of a panic. I don't know, maybe she was like,
Oh my god, my eyebrow! I'm doing it quickly. I'm gonna die. We're getting the check and we're gonna leave, girl. The waiter's gonna look at me and scream.
maybe that was the kind of vibe that she was currently dealing with in this specific situation. How do you fix a brow once she's gone awry?
Die.
When you use something like temporary tattoo brows, they're brows that you literally like put on your face, get wet, and then gently peel away to reveal a brand new eyebrow, the chances are if those have mucked up whilst you're out, it's going to be really, really difficult to reapply because you should in fact reapply them to clean, fresh skin. It already looks like she's wearing like a full face of makeup at this point, so applying that over the top of already applied eyebrows is never going to really work. For this sort of a situation, I would say carry an eyebrow pencil that's the same color as your roots on your hair in your bag, and you will never go wrong because you can just literally do little tiny flicks just to make it work. Just for that last little half an hour after dinner and then you're heading home from.
I'm melting! I'm melting!
I feel like this video could quite easily turn into a what's in my handbag. How very 2013. Honestly, carrying a small amount of makeup with you when you're out and about is the key to having like a long-lasting good makeup look that you can still feel quite happy with. That is something for your eyebrows, a little bit of powder for the face, and a lip product, and you can't really go wrong with that. I mean, if you're wearing false eyelashes, I would always say carry an eyeliner with you as well, just in case you have to peel them off at some point and then just like smudge it in with a little bit of liner, just so you know that you can still look nice even if you're not wearing lashes, or alternatively, take your glue with you as well. Doing my makeup as I slowly realise I'm having an allergic reaction to my foundation. Oh, not anaphylaxis, sis! I don't want to do all this, no. When's it gonna happen? Oh, it's like we're watching a jump scare, like that car driving through the hills and that lady's like, ah! Coffee! What weird advert is that? Right, is it gonna happen? What's gonna happen next, girls? Oh, little bit of blush, yes. Oh, that's a nice blush tone. Very light. Little bit of highlighter, yes. Oh, yes, yes. Starting to get itchy. Okay, right. Oh, dear. Notice red blotches. Oh, TikTok like blurs skin, so I can't really see the detail. Oh, no, I see some redness. Ooh.
Allergic reaction to something? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, no, she's very...
Wow, that's depressing. Holy shit.
Oh, no.
Put on.
Oh, she's actually, yes, very red.
Well, that's my get ready.
Oh, I'm sorry that happened to you. What can you do when an allergy hits? Not really a lot. Make sure you get that product immediately off your skin. Only really using super gentle soaps. Now, annoyingly, I actually have a sensitivity to aloe vera. So if I'm having a skin reaction to anything, I can't reach for those things that are like hypoallergenic, safe for skin, Gats, because I will literally go pink and blister. In this sort of a situation, I would say immediately rinse the skin with cold water. Depending on the severity of the reaction, you may also need to go to A&E. But hopefully, a foundation would never cause that. My goodness. It's weird, isn't it, how we can all have like reactions to different products and different variations of those products. Like I remember one of my eyes once getting very sensitive to a brown eyeliner, like a brown liquid liner. I can't remember what the brand was, but I had it in black and in brown. My eyes hated the brown one. Don't know why, just did. If this was a foundation that she's used multiple times before and not had this effect from, I would have been very confused because I feel like humans can just suddenly develop allergies because the body is like that. Isn't that funny? Biochemistry, the body just goes, you know what, not today. Blip. So my lovelies, I've got some thoughts of what we've seen today. We've seen a good collection today, I think, of more milder makeup fails, should we say. Well, maybe not the allergy. That's quite an intense one, I would say. Are you gonna cry on your wedding day, biscuit, after I get you in full glam? A gorgeous bijou eyelash? Yes.
No, I'm getting a prenup.
Unfortunately, when it comes to makeup in these sorts of cases, on very rare occasions, I feel like the makeup is unsalvageable. However, in most cases, it's quite salvageable. You just need to know those little tips and tricks to help prevent major catastrophe, girls. Like the woman at the beginning who was sobbing on her bridal day. With a little bit of clever positioning and a well-placed tissue, that makeup look could have been saved. But I think the makeup artist did an excellent job to not panic and to help fix the situation, Mr. Biscuits. And with that, my lovelies, it's time for the Patreons. You can see yourself scrolling past on the screen right here. Yes, you can. And as always, I want to say a massive thank you to the top tier Patreons. Orkos Samoji, Beebles32, Shell Herman, Christy Crownover, Christina Kyle, ContraPoints, Danielle, Elizabeth Stone, Eric Castillo, Fable and Flourish, Jamie Clark, Jen Martin, Jenabeth Herman, Jinwoo Choi, Caitlin Wright, Laura Jane, Les Banana, Lizette Cares, Millie Hammond, Min Min TM, Mariah Sherman, Novembrix, Paolo Rivera, Rubik.co, Ryan Vita, Slampire Queen, Steffutech, The Chaos Collective, Victoria Corella, and Zoe Sevier. And you know what, my lovelies? I'm gonna leave it on the note of, I think I've actually said this before as well. Make sure you vet the makeup artists that you are going to. And as I've mentioned during this video, you can quite easily walk into any department store around the world and have a small, fast makeover done for a specific event, usually for the price of product, if you go to MAC Cosmetics anyway. And with that, my loves, I'll see you in the next one. Yes? Oh, time for bed.